7 years. That's how much time Al Capone spent in prison nearly a century ago. Also known as public enemy number one, the most notorious gangster in American history had built up quite the rap sheet by the time his cell door at Alcatraz slammed behind him in 1931. Today, you don't have to amass Capone's criminal record to land yourself a 7-year prison sentence, not when you're in Scotland anyway. In April of 2024, Scotland enacted perhaps the most restrictive speech code in the Western world. Threatening violators with up to 7 years imprisonment, Scotland's hate speech ban prohibits what lawmakers call stirring up hatred against protected categories, including based on transgender identity and sexual orientation. Of course, nobody likes to be hated, but the law is vague and far-reaching, without clear parameters around what the state decides could be hateful language. Could it be illegal to state facts about women's biological reality? Could it be a crime to defend marriage between a man and a woman? Nobody knows. The law has been in the works since at least 2020, yet the most clarity Scottish officials provided was via a wildly condescending public service ad campaign featuring the hate monster, which is represented by a gumdrop-shaped Muppet cartoon. When you're feeling insecure or angry, descendants of William Wallace are warned, the hate monster feeds on that. And that's not intended as a friendly piece of advice, and neither is this. The hate monster wants you to feel like you need to show people you're better than them, the ad explains. Then, before you know it, you've committed a hate crime. The impact of this unwieldy, ambiguous law was instant. 2 days after it went into effect, Scotland's police were flooded with over 3,000 hate crime reports. Most prominently, Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, an outspoken feminist who is vocal about the differences between men and women, tested the law with a series of posts on X. Freedom of speech and belief are at an end in Scotland if the accurate description of biological sex is deemed criminal, Rowling wrote, directly challenging officials to decide whether to arrest her for openly flouting the statute. Rowling came out unscathed, but it remains to be seen how the law will apply to rank-and-file citizens without her celebrity. It doesn't take a constitutional scholar to see how this will go. In Finland, Päivi Räsänen, a long-standing parliamentarian, medical doctor, and grandmother, has undergone over 4 years of criminal prosecution for a Bible verse tweet that questioned her church's sponsorship of a pride event. In Mexico, both a current and former congressman have been convicted of gender-based political violence and placed on an offenders register for expressing their convictions about gender ideology on X. To add insult to injury, both were forced to post court-drafted apologies at set times per day on their social media accounts. And despite its robust First Amendment protections, the US isn't immune to this threat. While states like Colorado and Washington seek to bully citizens into speaking messages in violation of their own beliefs, the major corporations we depend on every day have gone all in. According to Alliance Defending Freedom's Viewpoint Diversity Score Business Index, which measures corporate respect for free speech and religious liberty, 7 of the nation's 10 largest commercial banks, including the top 3, maintain reputational risk or hate speech policies. These vaguely worded policies threaten everyone, practically guaranteeing censorship against Americans of every political and religious stripe. If there's any public enemy number one in today's world, it's the bans on so-called hate speech. Each one is a poorly disguised attempt at silencing dissent, and each belongs in the dustbin of history. For more stories like this, visit adflegal.org/Freedom Matters. While you're here, click like on this video and subscribe to this channel so you never miss an episode.